5 biggest mistakes that newcomers to Canada make when they start their job search journey in Canada. After helping hundreds of newcomers, I have mapped out and I have seen this common pattern among newcomers. And these are the 5 mistakes that I'm going to share with you today that you want to make sure that you don't make these mistakes if you are doing your job search in Canada. The number one mistake is landing at the wrong place. First of all, when you are planning your landing in Canada, you should do enough research about what are the job opportunities for your profession at the place where you are planning to land into. I had a newcomer who worked with me. His name was Rohan, and he had actually moved to Winnipeg, and he was a software developer back from his home country. And the reason why he moved to Winnipeg was because his sibling lived there, and he wanted that initial support in his initial days in this new country. And after struggling for around 4 months, he couldn't get a job as a software developer in Winnipeg. Probably there were not enough job opportunities, which is why the circumstances forced him to move to Toronto and the surrounding area. And as soon as he moved there, he got his very first job in less than a month. So the problem here is not knowing what Winnipeg has to offer and what Toronto, Alberta, or Vancouver has to offer. So you need to make sure that you do your enough research about your profession and what are the job opportunities in your profession at the place where you are planning to land. I have a detailed video on this how to find the right place to land in Canada on my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more on how to do this research, you can watch that video. The second mistake that newcomers make is applying for the jobs with the same job title that they had in their home country. Different countries, they have different job titles. For example, one of the newcomers, she was a staffing coordinator in her home country, which is basically job of an HR, like human resource personnel. And when she came here, she started applying and searching for the job opportunities with the same job title. And she didn't realize that it has a different term in Canada. So mainly the HR personnel, they are called talent acquisition specialists or recruitment specialists or human resource managers. And which is why she made a mindset that there are not enough jobs. I'll show you here quickly how you can search for the job titles in Canada based on your knock code. So if you go to Job Bank website, go under occupations, and here you can put your knock code. Of course, you are already aware about that. And then maybe put the location, let's say Vancouver, hit on search. And if you go under description, here you will find all the job titles that are mainly used for this knock code. So if I am a chartered accountant and if I'm looking for a role in my same profession, I would actually search for the jobs that have these titles and which actually align with my experience and my profession. So these are all the job titles. So this is how you do the research when you are coming here in Canada. You might have a different job title in your home country, but you actually need to figure out what is your job title in Canada before you even start applying for jobs, because there is no fun of putting so much efforts in applying for jobs without even knowing what you actually want to target. So these are your target job titles that you should already know before you start applying for jobs. The third biggest mistake that newcomers make is they put their 100% efforts for applying for jobs on job boards like Indeed or LinkedIn. Do you know that 80% of the jobs in Canada, they are actually in the hidden job market, which are not even posted on job boards, and only 20% of the jobs are posted on job boards. So if you are directing all your efforts just towards the job boards, then you only have 6 to 7% chances of landing an interview. Rather, you should be smart enough here to allocate your time in a proportion of 80s to 20, where 80% of your time should be focused on tapping into the hidden job market and applying for jobs there rather than putting your 100% efforts into the job boards. So you should only devote your 20% time on job boards because there are thousands of applications for each and every job application. So that, which is why you only have 6 to 7% chances of landing an interview. But if you created your Canadian style resume with which is ATS friendly and it has the keywords, then of course your chances are really high, even if you are applying for jobs on the job boards. The fourth mistake that newcomers make is having either no presence on LinkedIn or inactive presence on LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn profile, make sure to have it all filled out, have an all-star LinkedIn profile, and you should have right keywords in your profile so that you can come up in the search results when recruiters are searching for candidates. In Canada, 90% of recruiters, they do research of candidates, cold researching of candidates on LinkedIn. So if you are not on LinkedIn, first of all, you are missing out on a lot of opportunities. And if you are not active on LinkedIn, like you are not engaging with people, you are not building your network, you are not creating posts, or you are not coming up in the search results because your LinkedIn profile doesn't has the right keywords for your industry, which can bring you up in the search results for recruiters, then there is no point of having a LinkedIn profile. So the fourth thing is really, really important. If you want to get job offers directly in your inbox. So instead of you going out and applying for the jobs, if you have a strong LinkedIn profile, you can actually land job opportunities from recruiters in your inbox directly on LinkedIn. And the fifth biggest mistake that newcomers make is coming to Canada with no Canadian experience mindset. I totally agree with you. And I know this trend has been in Canada since so many years, but this trend is now actually changing. And employers and recruiters, they are recognizing your foreign experience. They are actually investing in newcomers. They are actually giving newcomers a chance to show their skills. So if you are coming with this mindset, first of all, delete it right now from your brain. There, don't believe in this myth because there are opportunities even without Canadian experience, and you will get opportunities where newcomers are often getting a chance to show their skills. I had worked with one of the candidate, and that candidate was constantly getting the job interviews, but his job interviews were not converting into job offers. And when we had a detailed discussion, I figured out why he was not getting job interviews converted into job offers. The reason was because whenever in the interview an employer would ask this question that you don't have the Canadian experience, so why we should choose you instead of a person who already has some experience in Canada, the candidate would just keep silent and didn't answer this question, which is why he couldn't convert his job interviews into job offers. And this is the point where you have to take this conversation to another level. You have to change the direction of the question. If you are getting an interview call, recruiters or hiring managers, they have already gone through your resume, and you can even do a counter question that when I had applied for this job, you already had my resume, and my resume simply shows that I don't have Canadian experience, but I have experience in my home country. Then what attracted you to give me the interview call and have a more detailed discussion about this role with me? So what this will do is, this is you are doing a counter question back to the recruiter because they actually recognized your skills. They knew that you can do the job, you can do the work, but it's also a mindset shift that sometimes even you have to create when such questions come up in your job interview. So First of all, you have to delete this no Canadian experience mindset out of your own head, and then only you can present yourself confidently in the interviews. I hope these tips have been helpful, and these are the 5 biggest mistakes that newcomers are making. And I want you to learn from these mistakes so that you don't actually make these mistakes in your job search journey in Canada. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are interested to learn more job search strategies and more tips, make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel, and so that you can get the notifications for every video I post on the job search tips and strategies in Canada for newcomers.